Personally, I really do not recommend using GoDaddy for web hosting at all. I generally end up and also recommending HostGator. Now, HostGator used to be a lot better than they are these days. I will admit that part. However, I do still personally use them, and my sites still function okay on them. They're just not really in the best in the customer service realm like they used to be. However, for the average Amazon affiliate that's just going to set up a basic web hosting account and install WordPress on it, you're likely not going to end up running into any problems with your server where you would have to actually contact your web host. So I think for the average user or for extremely technologically savvy users, I think HostGator is still quite okay to use these days because their servers are pretty fast compared to a lot of the other shared web hosting accounts. Now, it is okay if you want to use more than one domain name on a single web hosting account. HostGator has packages where it says unlimited domain names all on one account, and you only pay, I think even the highest one's only like $10 a month or something. Those accounts are just what you need. It's called shared website hosting. You can put 10, 20, even 30 of these Amazon websites on a single shared web hosting account. So as you build more and more sites, your cost per site on a monthly basis will decrease because you don't have to keep buying this web hosting over and over again. So once you have your domain name figured out, if you need to start a new hosting account, then you would want to enter in that domain name as the primary domain for your hosting account. Otherwise, if you already have a web hosting account where you can simply add on additional domain names, you can simply do that. That's actually what I will be doing for my website here. So what you're looking to access is something called the control panel, otherwise known as cPanel. Initially, you're not going to be able to access this through your actual domain name. But once you have your domain name connected up with your web hosting account, in the future, I could reach this by simply going to speedyssd.com/cpanel, and that would take me to the page that you see here. For now, though, it's actually sending me here on HostGator to a HostGator server address where it's gator plus 4 numbers.hostgator.com and then a colon and the numbers 2083. If you have just set up your web hosting account, you should get an email after your account is created that would contain a link such as this where you can go and access your control panel. Otherwise, if you already have a domain set up on it, then you might be able to use that domain, whatever the primary domain name is of your web hosting account. You can usually go to that domain, add the /cpanel onto the end of it, and then you'll reach the control panel just like you're seeing here. So once you are here, one of the main things you're looking for is the domains section. And this is going to be if this is an existing web hosting account and you want to add on a new domain to it. You first go here to add on domains. And then you're simply going to add your domain name to the top line. And once you do that and click below, it's going to automatically populate your FTP username and also the document root. If you want to set a different password other than the one that you're using for Control Panel by default, enter that in here and simply add in your domain. This just creates the domain name in your web hosting account. It puts a separate folder on this web hosting account, and then everything located within that folder will end up running this particular domain. Now, with the domain name added on to our account, the other thing I want to look for are my name servers. Down in the bottom left of your control panel, you should be able to find these. It's labeled as name servers, and there will be 2 lines. Mine says ns8165.hostgator.com, and the next one is the same number, just 1 number higher. I need to copy these name servers and point my domain name to this. This is what allows my domain to be connected with my web hosting account. Now, this is done through GoDaddy.com or whoever your domain name registrar is. Simply log into your account. If you are using GoDaddy, though, once you log into your account, you're going to land on a page just like you see here. You simply want to click on the Manage button here. And this is going to open up a list of all the domains that you have registered under that particular GoDaddy account. So now for me, I'm going to be looking for my Speedy SSD site. Seeing as how I have a fair number of domains registered in this account, makes it a little easier to just search for it. Now you can see my domain here, Speedy SSD, and my name servers that go along with it. So I can simply click on the name servers that are listed here, and it'll open up a box for me where I can edit them. So if I need to change these name servers, I just click on Edit Name Servers right here, and then I can paste those 2 different lines into these boxes. Just make sure you're putting them in separately. This is a web address, essentially, for your web hosting server. But it's a little different from a standard web address. You can't type it into a browser and reach it. It's what's known as a name server. So unless you have both of these entered in correctly, as it's provided to you in your hosting account, it's not going to connect up your site to your hosting. Now for me, I have already set these up. This is something that I had to do ahead of time so that I would actually be able to access this website during this class. Sometimes when you point these name servers to a new server, it can take upwards of 24 to 48 hours before you'll actually be able to type this domain into your browser and be able to reach that website or that web hosting account. However, there are some other cases where you enter them in, especially maybe right after you have just registered a domain. Sometimes you can come in here and enter in the new name servers, and you will be able to automatically reach it once you have set up the rest of this. But if for some reason you can't, that is why simply give it a little bit of time and you will be able to reach it again.